don't think they're like slouches by any stretch of the imagination. I know that the odds were, I guess, not in their favor when it went to betting into this for CS:GO Lounge. I think it was something like
63 for
63%.
blue.
Yeah, so that's not even that swayed anyway, right? As far as odds go, it's actually pretty tight. So yeah, I mean, I think this could be a good game, and with Planetkey Dynamics getting to start on the CT side, if they're one of those teams that benefits from having that mental edge of getting a good start on the favorite side and putting up good numbers, then yeah, I mean, I think that they certainly have a chance to, I guess, technically upset based on the odds.
Yeah, and it is a best of one, so let's see how this pistol round's going to go. Slam Dunk's already taking quite a bit of damage. Sursen's going to spot Banana. Some terrorist up in those columns. I'm not sure if he really spotted exactly how many, but you know, he's falling back. And actually, for me, Sursen is a terrorist, so I'm going to have to retry to the server after this round.
All good. So the one smoke does go down here for Planetkey Dynamics to block off the choke, but you know they're just going to push right through it here. Nobody else is blue. They're going to pay for it. Searson getting a couple of kills there. Johnny inside the sign also going to go ahead and fire off a frag, but LDLC blue does eventually make it in, but they're in a 2 versus 3. They're just now starting to get that bomb planted, but the flank very quick here at Banana with 2 players, and we also do have one in CT spawn. So we'll see if Team-LDLC blue can hold off, but now Pete Skill left all on his own, and he will get taken care of. So Planetkey Dynamics coming up with the pistol round victory there at the end. So they will go up 1-0.
Yeah, still a good pistol round there. They take heavy casualties getting in there, but they do find the bomb plant. Then they know that they've got a 2v3 post-plant situation, so they try to get aggressive, find an opening pick to even it right back up. That doesn't quite work out, so it will go the way of Planetkey Dynamics for the first round, and Sursen is already, he's pulling out the Nova. He's not going the Mag 7 route, just the Nova.
Yeah. Gotta get that money. And it is cheaper than the Mag 7, right? So a little bit more economical way to try to get that bonus cash onto the shotgun. Let's see where he takes it. Looks like he's going to take it up close on Banana to see if he can maybe catch some type of B push with it. And they're getting a little bit aggressive on their Pete's Banana, but smoke actually goes up, and we do see LDLC blue, you know, toying with the idea of going Banana here for now, but as of yet, they haven't really selected anything. But they did go ahead and armor up in Tech 9. They have plenty of flashes and smokes. They definitely have something to work with here to do some type of set execute.
And another smoke going down. So welcome to your T-side on Inferno. We were talking a lot about smokes and Inferno there in the pre-game, and you know, saying that it does generally slow this map down. So LDLC still trying to take some of that banana control. They got 3 people waiting there, 1 watching at middle. That looks like that'll be XPG. And Johnny and Sursen still holding on to the B site. Terrace starting to work their way up. You can see that they've got plenty of flashes, 4 smokes, and a Molotov. So it looks like they want to throw a set take over into the site. And here they go. Ooh, I think that... All right. But that one smoke bounced a little oddly, but now they're running in. Sursen's going to find the opening kill. He will fall. There is Johnny with a Bison trying to hide out in this smoke. Meanwhile, rotations are coming in. You can see some people lighting up red there in the distance. Johnny now going to fall off a grill. Will only be able to get 1 here. So that's going to be a 3-on-3 and yet another bomb plant for LDLC Blue. Now Tixo going to try to make his way into the backside through construction. He'll fall to the shotgun that's been handed over to the terrorists. It looks like they will be securing this round. Turns out that the Nova going to grab, what, 3 kills there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money there for Helium, I guess is how you say his name. I'm not really sure.
Kind of just thinking, I don't know how to say that either.
Helium. I have no clue, man. I'm not.
High
I have
explosive
actually no idea. Yeah, I like it. I like it. But really, with that round, I mean, Planetkey Dynamics just ran out of smokes to cover Banana's choke point by about 50 seconds on the clock, so there's still plenty of time for LDLC Blue to do kind of an uncontested late B hit, you know, as far as not having to worry about any types of smokes or counter nades. Also, they kind of ran a different variation of a B hit. You used to see Fnatic run that a long, long time ago, back when Devil Walk was still a player on that team, where you just do a really deep CT spawn smoke rather than the more shallow one, and then you just, like, play the stairs. But Searson here, with the Nova at car, able to find a frag. He will get chased off with some fire, but he has picked up the kill and has been able to fall back with his life, so not a bad trade at the end of the day. As LDLC Blue, like I said, definitely had a cool round last round, but you need to be careful here not to, you know, fall prey to Planetkey Dynamics' little force buy here. So far, it's been an equal exchange at Banana, with still a lot of time left on the round.
Yeah, and Inferno could be pretty scary for the terrorists when the CTs have that force buy. There's so many choke points, so many little angles where the 5.7 CZs and the P250s, basically all those very, very lethal pistols can I'll bring you down quite easily. Tixo, I don't know if he quite spotted. Well, it doesn't matter as he peeks out into 3 people. Seems like XPG kind of knew what was going on there. And the Terrorists will find themselves back in the driver's seat of this round. I'm just going to call him David. That's his real name. David working into the site. There is still Slam Dunk in the pit, but he's been smoked. He's going to try to make some cheeky plays. He gets up on top of the column there through the smoke. Very nicely done for that first kill from Slam Dunk, but he will go down.
All right, so now we do have a 2v3 retake here for Planetkey Dynamics trying to make their way in. LDLC Blue did well to get inside this A site after picking up the aggression on a window. Since then, they haven't really looked back here. Only lost 1 member since that time, and they have a lot of low health players here that Johnny could try to capitalize on. He actually finds the high health play already, so now in this 1v2, both players bleeding out here from LDLC Blue, and Johnny trying to work his way up the moto wrap here. Bomb is planted default, but he jumps up and finds a kill in the graveyard. If he can work here quickly, he still might be able to get a chance on this defuse, but XPG holds his ground in the pit, able to find the final frag, and so LDLC Blue will take the 2-1 lead. So this is really hurting Planetkey Dynamics' economy for one, and that's so great for LDLC Blue to put some rounds on the board this early, as well as get that CT economy down, especially on a map that's so CT-sided. I mean, this is doing really well for LDLC Blue.
Yeah, and they've planted the bomb, even though it hasn't gone off in either of the last 2 rounds. They have planted the bomb every single round, so even though some of them have been costly, like losing 4 people in the last one, 3 people in round 2, Terracide is cheaper. Going back and forth against the CT team is going to be extremely beneficial, and they know that the CTs will have nothing. They go right in for, you know, what, a MAC-10, 2 UMPs, a P90, and only Petite Skull will hold on to the AK that I think they did preserve from the last round. So this one should just be a pure cleanup from LDLC Blue.
And that was just unfortunate. Searson hiding behind the car. They actually passed him up and didn't check him when he had that deagle, but he just couldn't find the frag, and they eventually spotted him out. Oh, poor Slam Dunk. Poor guy. Just getting stuck in the hole there, man. And that's just the worst feeling ever. To be like, I'm going to sneak up on you, mate. And it's like, nope. I see you when you're stuck. You're done. What a poor soul.
To be honest, he used 41 bullets of the P90 to get that. If he had almost any other gun, there wouldn't have been a kill.
Oh, man.
He was rocking the, what? Negev and the M249. I think they're the only other ones with more than 41.
That reminds me of that moment.
Oh, Bison as well.
The original Scream where the guy's hiding behind the couch and he thinks he's being all sneaky with the girl on the phone, and she's like, nah, dude, I see your feet, like, behind my couch. And he's like, what? That's kind of what that moment reminded me of. Well, please tell me you've seen this, so this reference makes sense.
I know the scene you're talking about, but I actually have not really watched that. I've seen like the whole movie, but never all at once.
Gotcha.
All right, let's see. Is they're gonna jump out? XPG trying to fly out of apartments. Slam Dunk still holding on, trying to get that reload in, but will be denied by Petite Skull. Johnny and
it happens
Searson.
again the other way around.
Wow. Don't generally see that much action here at the pit there in mid, as that was quite a flash. Bully was like, you know what? I'm pretty blind. I'm just gonna start pulling this trigger and see what happens.
This game
he does
is
actually
weird.
do some damage, but
So weird. It just keeps going back and forth. Like, LDLC Blue won the last 3 rounds in a row, so you think they're starting to get an economic edge. Things are working out, but they're actually really conservative with their rebuying. Like, they still pretty much held on to SMGs to keep their money high, especially on people like XPG, who are still up at $7,500 despite the money reset that just took place. But, you know, you see Planetkey Dynamics just buying all out with rifles, and so with LDLC Blue's kind of conservative mindset on how they were handling their economy, it kind of burned them there on that round. But still plenty of money to get a full out buy this round, so we'll see if they can, you know, recover and hold off Planetkey Dynamics from tying up the game.
yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a risk. It's just confidence from LDLC Blue. Like, hey, we hold on to these P90s and maybe like an AK, and we win this first rifle round from Planetkey, then they're going to be right back onto pistols, and we'll still have some machine guns. So we'll just continue to build our money because we're not rebuying. If we do lose this, as we can see, LDLC Blue still had more than enough to go for their complete full buy. They were like 6-7K, most of them. So they'll still have a good shot here into round 6. But now those rifle rounds are starting to come out for Planetkey. They will have 2 FAMAS here and a kit on either site.
And they still do have 1 more smoke left on Johnny here to put down that banana. He just puts it down right there. So that's going to kind of kill another 20-30 seconds on the clock here. So that's going to force LDLC Blue into a late B hit with about 30 seconds or so left. if they decide to go that route. They still do have XPG in the boiler here, but it seems like he's more of just a lurk, just trying to hold people in position here at mid to allow that late B hit to roll in, and that's exactly what you're kind of seeing the numbers shift into those positions. XPG has been caught out here at mid, but no kill, and here comes that late B hit coming in. But Johnny peeks out the flashbang. Nice 2 kills to disrupt that.
Yeah, they lined up. Johnny was able to spray them down, and they were blind. I think that was a pop flash from his other teammate there in B. So well played between those two. Johnny is on fire. No, it's actually not creeping far enough back. And Robson, I think it's the first time we're saying his name, will rotate over and just grab himself a nice triple kill spray down.
Yeah, that's actually pretty much, 75% of the kills the whole game, so that would be the first time you mentioned him for sure there. Also, I'm struggling here with XPG, man. I just keep wanting to say XP3
like 20 times.
I'm so sorry.
I mean,
they sound so similar.
They both speak French. Isn't XP3 French? Canadian?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And
there you go.
They also both do the
team.
lowercase p capital. Well, I guess for a 3 for XP3.
I suppose you could make the argument that it's always capitalized.
Yeah, exactly. So everything just looks so similar. So apologies for that here. As we are going to see LDLC Blue, limited economy, still able to put together some type of bind. They're just going to go for a really fast mid hit here. Robson forced back off of the moto.
Yeah, drop that Molotov while Bully was able to push through it, and now we see that pop flash, as we often do here, off that arch side, off the A-site awning, and that works out perfectly. That was Robson once again, going to find himself a double kill. Johnny didn't even have to break a sweat. Everyone else will find all the kills. It's 4-3 now. Planetkey Dynamics starting to get some rounds together, 3 in a row.
Didn't care there?
Yeah, I was gonna work one of those in.
Oh, you were?
You can just throw it out now. I was gonna throw in a.
I didn't mean to put you, Johnny, on the spot. Oh,
yeah.
Look at us. This is what this cast has been brought down to. This is what it's been brought down to. I think there's maybe some other Johnny references you can make. So I won't make any more. I'll leave them up to you. There's definitely still a couple floating out there, but
Johnny
LDLC Blue. Yeah, Johnny Quest. That was a good one. There's a few more, but LDLC Blue is going to be forced pretty much onto a save here, so this is allowing Planetkey Dynamics to finally find their footing after a real rough start. Winning pistol, losing that, getting your economy low. LDLC Blue going up 3-1. That was certainly a rough situation, but now they've been able to kind of start extending their lead a little bit here. But once again, it's a fast arch hit here from LDLC Blue.
Yeah, and Sursen's, pretty fortunate that he even finds 2 kills. He throws that Molotov, but at the point, or the incendiary, they had already pretty much run through, and he's still able to find 2 kills despite going up against Tech 9s. So he's probably counting his blessings right there. Look at XPG, though. He's already moved through CT Spawn, as they did wrap through Arch, and they've planted the bomb. They've got it into a 2-on-2. Petite Skull, 16 HP, doesn't have armor, so it doesn't really matter if he gets hits once. Either way, he would have been dead. And he's set up in a good spot, a 1-kill spot. Although both players seem to be avoiding construction, they're just going to both go straight into the bomb site. XPG there hiding, trying to make a... Oh, and it works out perfectly, makes a distraction. And they will be able to set up, a crossfire there.
Yeah, I mean, those are the kinds of rounds you have to win if you're playing Key Dynamics, too. I mean, just the situation they were in economically earlier this half, the fact that they're finally getting things back in order. They're getting their economy up to a good number. They were taking a lead for the first time in the half. All these things were finally going for Planetkey Dynamics, and to allow LDLC Blue on pretty much a full save to come back and steal around and tie it right back up, that certainly doesn't bode well for Planetkey Dynamics. The only saving grace is that LDLC Blue's money has now been hugely reset, but in all honesty, whoever loses is probably on the save regardless, and Searson trying to get aggressive here on Banana, gets caught by that boost over the smoke, so a great opening pick there yet again from LDLC Blue, as they've so far... I mean, I know the scoreboard shows it 4-4, so quite close, but it just seems like LDLC Blue's been more in control of this half.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Robson waiting for someone to walk up those stairs over in apartments. Johnny's still trying to hold on. He's playing aggressive on Banana. They've got that smoke down again. The earlier boost over in the kill there from David, who will now go down, as I'm still just not going to pronounce that guy's name. And Johnny found one, but now Mad C is going to go ahead and move through, finds a kill onto Johnny, and they will have the site. So it's going to be Tixo, our man, to rotate over. He's got a nice little flash into the trash. And he'll quickly give up on that. It wasn't that effective anyways. He moves over. He is immediately smoked out. And even though there are no tracers with that A1S, Bully just one bullet through the smoke.
Oh, another pit kill.
Brings Tixo down. And yeah, another kill over there.
Count
in
3,
pit.
bro. And Planetkey Dynamics is going to be forced to save these guns for next round. Money is quite tight over there on that team. Even with the 2-round loss bonus of $1,900, there's a lot of low people there. So they can hold on to these M4s. You might even be able to see some drops and still see them have a pretty decent buy. And money's pretty low in LDLC Blue as well. Their money was at risk of being reset. So I'm sure that they're not really going too heavy-handed to chase these kills. It's trying to focus on saving their own AKs and not put themselves in a crazy rebuy situation. So things will just kind of stabilize after that, and we are going to see LDLC Blue take a lead and already have a really solid amount of rounds for this stage in the map. So things are certainly looking up for them, and as you do see, Planetkey Dynamics is forcing out what they can here, which is still pretty decent. I mean, they have a lot of utility, and they're really only just short on one guy with the FAMAS, so it's still a pretty solid buy up against LDLC Blue, who is, of course, fully decked out here. And again, we are going to see some aggression from Planetkey Dynamics on Banana. Smokes out on the car, just kind of holding this corner, and LDLC Blue just going into their default, just trying to get some, apartments and all mid-control. They do have a couple guys behind the smoke at D trying to spam through it, but unfortunately, it was just damage to his teammate.
Quite a bit.
And they keep boosting over this, hoping they'll find something, but just have yet to really hit anything.
Yeah, they're hoping someone's behind the car there, and while Johnny will now move in very quickly and spray through, he'll find Mad C. As, Banana's pretty narrow. You put four terrorists there. It's kind of hard to miss when you start to spray down through those smokes. But once again, you can see... Can we go with the boys in blue? I know that's kind of envious thing, but... trying to charge through here. Smoke's going to go down. They got that Molotov onto oranges. That they should actually... they might want to re-practice up that Molotov, because they keep throwing it a little too far. There's actually... We even saw it one round. There's been enough room for the player at first oranges to still stand in there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if they look back at the demo of this game, they'll realize that, but that's certainly something that I don't think they'd really notice just on the fly in the middle of the game like that, so it probably won't
I mean, they will
corrected.
if they push into the site and someone's still sitting there.
True, but I don't know if they know to make the proper adjustment to get it right, you know what I mean? Like, maybe they don't realize what they need to do to fix it on the fly, so you may see that mistake repeated again and again throughout the rest of this half, if that is in fact the case, but we'll just have to see. Maybe they will eventually catch on and make the adjustment here, but we are seeing them go pretty heavy-handed in the apartments and all mid this time. We do have a player being boosted up on top of the porch. It's going to be Tixo to defend against this bracket. Mid, he does have a crossfire with Robson, but Robson has been smoked off, and here comes the mid split.
All right, Tixo is very, very blind. Is able to get one. Will now go down to Bully, and I think that was Team-LDLC getting an entry there out of the apartments, and also a couple more as they make their way out of middle. So it's just Johnny and Surson. Johnny was the first one there, tries to get through the crack in the smoke, and he's immediately taken out of the round by Bully, so that's it by himself, and trying to line up a jump or who knows what.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, LDLC Blue has, like, these pretty sick, heavy executions. They definitely seem like one of those heavy execution-style teams rather than, like, a default mid-round read and adjustment type team, at least that's what I'm watching from this map. I mean, we've seen their heavy smoke setups on Banana. I think, like the second round of the game, they did kind of that eco. They smoked out deep CT spawn in the stairs of B, and now you see that round, putting the smoke up on bracket side to block off Arch to get up there and hit the lane, but also a smoke on Moto to prevent players from Library in the Arch rotation to also be able to find a way in and spot people coming out of the apartment. So some really cool heavy smoke executions here from LDLC Blue as you look at a couple of rounds here. They're now coming in, just walking up mid and finding a pick here on this round.
Yeah, they've also used that smoke behind. I mean, I guess it's like set up towards Moto to be able to make their way up middle and into the B site. That worked out one round for them. I think that was the one that came into the 2-on-2 that they ended up winning, as the CTs couldn't retake. But I mean, just again, more entries. This time they go sneaky beaky up middle. They find that opening pick, get a couple more. Things are starting to even up as Robson has brought down Mad C. But it is going to be a 3-on-2 post plant situation for LDLC Blue over on that A site. I mean, this is almost impossible. There are no kits here for Planetkey Dynamics. There's still a smoke down, so Robson and Johnny both actually faced with smokes over at Moto and Porch. And Robson out of the round. Johnny now is just going to go ahead and post up for exits. He doesn't seem to be running away quite yet. See what he can't grab here.
Yeah, I mean, I think he realizes that the situation is no one's really going to be able to buy this team next round anyway, so I would say the M4 would give you one gun in the next round, but in reality, just trying to see if you can bring down some more guns will help at least you know, force some rebuys at LDLC, try to keep their economy in check for later in the half, but doesn't really come up with anything there. So, I mean, LDLC Blues just had a great T-side here. We've talked about how they just had some really cool, just heavy smokes executes, and it seems like each time they've run those heavy executes, they've been successful. And then that round, just after you've had a big heavy execute, like something that's telegraphed and easily read, they make the adjustment by just walking up mid, you know, not throwing any nades, just trying to be a little bit unpredictable on where they're at on the map, and they catch someone off guard at brackets. And so they have a great lead already. They have Planetkey Dynamics on a save this round, so a great chance to win the half with 8 rounds, which normally isn't a big deal to win a half, but when it's T-side Inferno, that's actually a huge deal.
Yeah. Actually pretty dangerous situation right now.
Please.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot. He's roasted in between the Molotovs. There was a nice pop flash. That player was able to retreat, and Helium, or David there with the AK, does find the first kill of the round. Something interesting to note, we haven't actually seen, I guess it's not that interesting, it is Inferno, and the CTs haven't been super rich, but not a single op yet in this match from either team.
Yeah, I mean, I think for T-side Inferno, it's very understandable why you wouldn't see one. That's like actually pretty common you wouldn't, but definitely could be used on the CT side to try to help defend some of this mid area, which I feel LDLC Blues been able to exploit just whenever they've wanted to. So that could be the difference the CT side makes, but they just really haven't had the money for it either, right? So that's kind of another problem.
We'll see. Maybe when we flip sides, LDLC Blue might actually get to see Mad C. Quite obviously their opper, even just looking at his icon, you can see his anime self with an op strapped onto his back. So I was kind of curious about that. And well, I mean, it is T-side Inferno, but I wonder, maybe he's not the best rifler. He is 4 and 11. So if on CT side he can pull out that op and start to get some kills, see what he's made of, and it would be Johnny to watch out for if they ever decide to actually get an op up on Planetkey.
Yeah, just going to go ahead and get the M4s, and even low utility here. Just a few flashbangs and 3 smokes. Still enough smokes to kind of keep blocking off Banana, but Johnny needs to be careful. He might, you know, get spotted out as the smoke dissipates. There's a lot of LDLC Blue members just waiting to press through, and here they come, and Johnny gets caught, his teammate not there. And yeah, he's done though.
They've used that spot way too many times, just sitting behind the car there. Like Sursen's done it on many rounds with the ecos, you know, with a shotgun, so many kills happen. And we saw in the last round, LDLC Blue were just systematically working their way up and nading that car, spamming through. But pretty good retake right now going in for Planetkey. And that was Sursen doing most of that work. He found a triple kill. Slam Dunk's got 1, and now it is only Helium here in Garden, just trying to hold them off, trying to buy that time. He is spraying up. Got Tixo very, very low. They're lining up for a second. Now that smoke's going to go down. He sees the barrel first.
Oh, no.
And he's going to try to push through. And he gets off the bomb. Tixo will fall to that P250. That's LDLC. Even with the heroics of Sursen for Planetkey, LDLC Blue still takes that round.
Yeah, what a round. I mean, I think the big problem there is, you know, playing behind that car, especially with no support, so no one that can trade with you on the corner. I think his rotator was already in CT spawn heading towards A while he was just holding car alone. And when you're playing B solo like that, you're playing such an exposed position. If you get caught, I mean, that's a free B bomb side. That's exactly what you saw. Now, there was a good recovery from Searson to get a couple of kills on that retake and make that really dangerous there. In fact, giving his team a 2v1 advantage to finish that off, but then Helium, or however you say his name, came right back at him. So that was a crazy round, and LDLC Blue have a crazy lead from the T side. But Tixo looking to try to make it a little bit better here.
Yeah, Tixo, I haven't actually seen too much from him. He's bottom fragging right here. This guy's an old school player. You had brought up the fact that, you know, Planetkey were able to take some maps or some, you know, have decent results up against mouse sports, which is kind of funny considering they used to be teammates, Tixo and Gob B, and I think some of the other guys from mouse sports back in 1.6. So maybe he knew their ways a little bit, but I don't even know between a 1.6 version of Dust 2 and like a Go version of Dust 2 how much that would even matter. But,
well, I think it also comes down to, like, we've learned that domestic matchups can always be kind of weird.
Yeah, everyone's probably scrim partners. They kind of know what's up.
Like we've seen at different times, like the old LDLC before they were envious, you know, play different lands like ESWC in Paris or something like that and kind of get upset by another French team. in different tournaments. And we've obviously even seen, like, back when Fnatic were underdogs against NIP, being able to beat them in the first major. So sometimes those domestic matchups can be kind of funky, and that could be part of it as well. Because we've also seen Planetkey Dynamics just get absolutely decimated by the UK team Infused in some recent online play as well. So kind of all over the place when you're losing to teams like that, but challenging Mousesports really well. And they're certainly struggling today here, only getting 6 rounds in the CT side. That's definitely not where you want to be.
Also, not too, I mean, I don't really know these teams' map pools, what they might prefer, what they might absolutely despise, and Inferno could be one of those maps for Planetkey. But LDLC Blue, like you had pointed out, pretty execution-based. They looked like they knew what was up, so maybe a map they prefer, but see, Tixo has found an opening with that Glock. XPG trying to find those one-taps. He will get one in there. They almost brought down Tixo. He's quite low. Helium able to peek out and get one before going down. Now XPG will fall from behind Nubok. So it's a 2-on-2, the retake situation. And LDLC Blue, oh wow, taking a bullet, getting gooshed there through that smoke. Madsy down to a lucky 13 HP as Bully now trying to work up on the other side of the first oranges. Actually, are they both just stacked in there? They still haven't even got the bomb down
Yeah,
yet,
exactly.
so.
That's what LDLC Blue's waiting on here, is the fact that they still have yet to put that bomb down, so they can just keep playing the clock out, and eventually Planetkey Dynamics has to make a play, but a nice flash comes in, and Bully just comes in on him. Well done. And that's so unfortunate for Planetkey Dynamics, right? Because that's a round they really needed to kind of survive this map and like actually have a chance to come back on the T side. But now you've let LDLC Blue win that. If they can go up and be up 12-6, and then the gun grounds on CT side start coming in, this could wind up being like a pretty one-sided loss for Planetkey Dynamics if they can't get their act together here soon.
Man, that was a depressing sight. Just Terrace scared, alone, flashed, hands over their face, crouching in the corner, and some quick pistol work will take them out. Man, if only one of them were left, that was probably, I think someone was about to get knifed, but the fact that there were 2 in there saved them from that fate. As the force up from the Terrace, as you would often expect, no bomb plant, so they're coming out with the Tech 9s. Heavy on the Deagles, actually, both Tixo and Surson going for Deagles.
Yeah, definitely. Used to seeing more heavy Tech 9s, so the fact that you see a couple of Deagles is definitely kind of interesting. Let's see if they can actually put them to work here. They have spotted Madsy on Moto, but haven't been able to really do any damage there. And in fact, Johnny and Searson have taken just a sliver of damage, not too much here. And I mean, they're working good brackets control. They're denying LDLC Blue information. This is forcing actually a rotate from David here inside CT spawn, and Planetkey Dynamics using this for some type of late B hit, it looks like. So this could actually work out really well as far as positioning goes, but it's all about that firepower as well.
Yeah, Surson's buying them a lot of time. He was trying to keep them pinned over there on Arch, but he took a lot of damage, got flashed, and you can see now the rotation is being made here by Madsy and also Helium.
Man, can we do that?
Oh, Man, I like that.
Like it?
I do, actually. That was pretty good. Let's see. Here he is with that very ugly MP7. He will get 1 kill and be taken out. Tixo and Johnny both getting those entries. Madsy at first oranges here with the ump and a nice headshot onto Johnny. And that might just keep the round alive here for Blue. That was maybe going to get a little bit dicey. And Surson very, very low. But the P2K there from Madsy from a distance will take him down.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so unfortunate for Planetkey Dynamics because they actually had things going in their way. I mean, they had caused enough of disturbance at brackets mid and did not enough information to force a rotate. But once that pressure got relieved in the sense that they were able to kind of peek mid on LDLC, Blue kind of understand there really wasn't that much of a presence there and even get a kill in the process, that allowed them to rotate really fast 2 people back to B to have 3 in place when the actual execute came in. So I guess Planetkey Dynamics just didn't hit B fast enough on their pressure at mid, or just didn't do enough pressure to really hold people in place. Either way, that just kind of crumbled. And now LDLC Blue have an easier round in their hands with PKD, just kind of forced to save out a lot here. But they do have 1 kill. They have a 4-on-4. So maybe, just maybe, they can work in here and at least get a bomb plant. We'll have to see.
I mean, that would definitely be pretty nice for them, but you still have a P90, and Madsy is in the pit with the A1S.
Right.
And a defuse kit. It's going to be pretty hard to take, considering they've got absolutely no utility. Johnny, though, has been able to get a rifle for himself off that kill that Robson got. But wow, Madsy is really playing a sliver right there.
Yeah, right. And he is taking some damage. I mean, Planetkey Dynamics is starting to work their way in, but there are 3 people already here inside the A-bomb site. There's still a lot of time left for PKD to fall back to Banana if they so choose, but they just keep taking these battles at lane, and they are losing them.
thought there was almost no way that Petite School, he jumped off of that, got hit immediately to very, very low HP, was still able to bring home both of those kills somehow. And Tixo onto Madsy. Wow, Tixo another one onto XPG, looking very, very good with his P250. That player's low, but it's the P90 on low HP to find another kill. That is 4 for Petite School.
Yeah, Tixo was making that a bit interesting there for just a second. If he could have found Petite, which was very possible due to his low HP, he would have at least gotten a bomb plant there and made that round something for Planetkey Dynamics, but Petite Skill with the quad kill, not allowing that to happen. Defending that lane, as you said, quite well, even with low HP. Really just kind of shutting down PKD's dreams there, as they will get their full buy in here, but this is a pretty much a must-win round for PKD, in my opinion, to really have any sort of real chance to get back into this map. So we'll see what they can do. Very slow so far, just really default, really spread out. Johnny working B solo. He has pushed the 2 back into the site. We do have a pretty aggressive setup here from LDLC Blue on brackets. Like, they're actually actively peeking mid, but Searson grabs the pick. So this is actually a decent start here for PKD.
Well, Bully pops himself into a Boiler, kind of hesitated, saw them. He's like, oh, they don't see me. Let me try to set up for, you know, a better angle. Maybe I can get both of these guys, and then they spot him and bring him down. So that was unfortunate. Bully probably should have came away with a kill there. But even still, it will even up as XPG brings down Searson. There's a Molotov up in the apartments to slow down the approach of these terrorists who trying to make their way up the port side. They're starting to fall pretty far behind now, Planetkey.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't look like this round's going to turn out much better. Tixo, though, is still alive. He pulled out some ridiculous P250 work. If he had armor, actually, in that last round, even just Kevlar, it might have been able to win it.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing. Like, he's all alone now with the bomb. He's got 30 seconds left. I mean, all 3 people are at A, but there's no way he can actually know that, I don't think. I'm sure he knows at least 2 are there, but I'm sure he's aware there's maybe still 1 in CT spawn or B, so he's a little bit cautious here.
Going back in the library, too.
Yeah, if only he knew that B was wide open, right? But we already have XPG making it down alt mid into the pit and crossing over into Banana. And, you know, Tix will just get caught there. That's a round I feel like PKD just has to win. They had a 5-on-3, right? They won the first 2 engagements inside apartments as well as getting a kill at mid. Because you could see LDLC Blue confident, taking these duels aggressively at mid and such, like thinking they can just out-aim. And they actually did get caught, but PKD unable to punish them. I mean, they just went on a 5-on-3 hit on A and got completely shut down by the remaining members from LDLC Blue, and now they're just, you know, on a force buy here, and LDLC Blue a great chance to get up to 14, and, you know, this game could be over relatively soon. Granted, we do have another one coming up after this, folks, so you can definitely stick around for that, but this one might be over momentarily.
Yeah, and even on the CT side that's doing well here, Madsy not going to be pulling out the op. And look at this, man. Just pushing through that smoke at the top of mid. Searson will find the 1D onto Bully. Some incendiaries going down to slow down the terrorists who actually start trying to just turn this around. Tixo was waiting out on the stairs, but now that the smoke goes down, XPG going to spray through. He'll find Robson. And they're going back, man.
Going right back.
It's the slippery snake strat, as I like to call it here on Inferno from Planetkey Dynamics. Now they're going to go a bit quieter. Oh, they all line up. That's probably a triple. It is indeed. Madsy. Now pistol with pistol. He's going to go out with the P2K. Searson does find Petite Skull. Was able to get that reload in. They're about to double peek him there at Arch. Now Searson brought down to 17 HP in a 1 versus 3.
You can get the bomb plan.
He might, yeah, but say he might actually be able to plant. As we can see, everything is clear over here. Both those guys posted on Arch. They didn't even think about this as a possibility.
Yeah, Searson.
But Searson's not going for it.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to catch someone off guard at mode. He's trying to win the round rather than just getting the bomb plant in the economy. And he will get caught there. So LDLC Blue getting it up to 14. And I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed. Mads, he has a literal anime avatar of him with an op on his back. And doesn't bring it out. Huh?
Yeah, we haven't seen the op yet.
I know. I'm pretty. There it is. All right. It's even the Dragon Lord that's in his avatar. That's hilarious. I don't think I've ever seen a player straight up just have themselves and their gun skin in their avatar like that. It's pretty great.
I'm gonna make one after this.
Okay.
Of myself.
Sounds like a good plan.
I don't know what I'm gonna put in.
Jump on the bandwagon. Start a new trend.
My Nitro A1S. The cool skin.
Whatever you want, man.
I'm poor. And CSGO skins. Actually, and in just everything. Actually,
also, but I feel like the op scaling's pretty bad on his avatar. I feel like it's too small on his back, you know?
Yeah, it's got to be like the American Skadoodle Eagle thing where the op is just like absolutely massive. But Matsy does find the opening pick of the round with it. Bully is then going to bring down Tixo over there in the apartments. the long haul. Matthew behind the column is spotted and will be sprayed down. He couldn't quite figure out how to hide himself completely since he was pretty blind. Even still, though, LDLC Blue will maintain that man advantage. 3-on-2, and Slam Dunk is about a half HP.
And we're trying to see PKD see if they can kind of put in one last effort to see if they can maybe still make this map happen. Two members left here trying to work themselves up the arch side. There is Helium here just waiting for them to cross. Petite Skull inside the pit, so they're going to have good information here. Helium does spot the cross, but Slam Dunk gets the frag. But they still have to worry about Petite Skull here in the pit. Great peek over the top of the platform there, and he'll just finish off the round himself, and that's LDLC Blue now at map point here. And yeah, like we kind of talked about, they've been in control really the whole game long. It looks like it's about to end with the victory for them.
Man, that was a really good spot in the back of pit to just like get up on that back little, I don't know, what do you want to call it, the curb, or like where the grass is or would be behind those benches, and peek over the column. I mean, obviously it only works when you know your apartments and your porch side are covered, which they were in that case, at least somewhat. Almost an impossible battle for the terrorists to take.
Yeah, I mean, Helium spotted both players remaining crossing arch, so he had good information there to be able to make that type of, you know, like exposed peek to the other angles, but really deadly for catching that motor wrap. But PKD potentially latch on to happen. They have a great opening here on Banana, but Helium holding well for that rotation to come in. But we have a 3-on-3. There's still hope for Planetkey Dynamics.
What? He's not on. Oh, I thought for sure he was going to step back into that fire. Doesn't matter. He will still be brought in by Bully. So 3-on-2.
Everyone rotated, though, from LDLC.
Yeah, they have rotated very heavily. Slam Dunks up here on Arch. That'll allow Surson. I mean, they might still be even expecting one towards A, as they are both going up on the Arch side. I don't know if they heard those footsteps of Petite Skull. He started walking now, but he did kind of jump up to get into Library. Slam Dunk looks the other way. Will find one. Are they going to realize there's another? And there's Bully now going to strike. Probably completely unaware that Surson is there, so Surson able to move in and find Bully. That'll bring it to a 1-on-1, so actually pretty nice play there for those two to set up and get some kills.
Yeah, I mean, Surson has a good chance to win this. He is going to be hiding inside the site, but Matsy using an op to retake unless he elects to pick up a rifle or something on his way, which I'm not sure if he'll run across one or not, as he does work himself up the lane. Checking his angles here. I mean, there's so many places Surson could be playing from. It's really hard to be able to get your eyes on all of it here, but he's trying to clear up towards the apartment. Still hasn't spotted Surson, just crouched behind that box. Gonna put a fire in the library. Not even check the back. Just gets on the defuse and Surson just waiting for him. Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a good plant that you can make if, in fact, you have the time and the cover, because you can pretty much see it from everywhere. So, I mean, that was like the perfect bomb plant for him. And also, where it's planted gives the illusion that he's going to be Archer Library or something like that. Yeah. So that was just really well played from Surson through and through, as he's given his team a little bit of hope here. I mean, they had to rebuy a couple of P90s, so that hurts a little bit, but, I mean, they're up against, like, a fully saved LDLC Blue. So, I mean, they have a chance to put up a couple of rounds here and maybe climb back into this map.
But the bomb, like, legitimately was, he must have been in the site, and he planted and it reached out. It was, like, not even on the very obvious, like, concrete platform that is a site. It was on the path. That was nuts. But, yeah, the mind games on the plant definitely happening there. But Pixo now with that off will plant one Robson, and Surson doing a good job. Surson another, going to bring down XPG, but this is just that eco. I mean, LDLC Blue, they know they got plenty of rounds to work with, so pulling that full save and just need to get one more here on the CT side, which, for what we've seen, shouldn't really be too much of an issue for them.
Yeah, I mean, the way that this half has played out so far, they've only conceded one round the entire half, so we definitely know they have the potential to put up some good CT rounds as expected on a map like this, so yeah, it just seems like you get that feeling that it's only a matter of time before LDLC Blue punches in a final round. I mean, for Planetkey Dynamics to win 7 in a row and force an overtime would be a huge task, given how weak they played the first half. I mean, they only got 6 rounds on their CT side. They're trying to see them get 7 out of their terrorist side and in a row. I feel that's just too much to ask of Planetkey Dynamics.
That was a big stab. Surson down to 39 HP from a love tap, and it goes down to a grenade right off the start of the round.
This aggressive
push.
And
this is another save. They might lose here on a basically full eco, some upgraded pistols, and obviously a grenade for LDLC Blue. That is it. Will Johnny and Tixo be able to bring them back into this? Looks like they will. XPG, oh, he might be able to finish this. He does have a 5-7. Tixo with the op, so XPG going to try to reposition. I think XPG can hear that smoke.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He knows exactly what's going on here.
He knows what's happening.
He will be able to pick up a gun as well, like an AK, to try to put this retake into effect. So there he is. I think he's just waiting for confirmation, waiting to hear the bomb has been planted, to know that Tixo's not planning behind this smoke. And now he has the information, so he will go ahead and press through, knowing he can do so safely. And, I mean, we just come down to this 1v1. Can Tixo hold this off and push this effort another round off the back of the double save from LDLC Blue?
I mean, okay, well, Tixo will get it with a nice one dig there. But even still, that was almost a complete disaster that hurts them a bit. But I mean, it's the T side; they'll all be able to rebuy. They've won 3 in a row right now, but again, 2 of those were eco rounds from LDLC Blue, so they've got their full buy-in. The op is off the table. Madsy's back to that M4. All A1Ss across the board.
Right. But the problem is even with those rounds being so heavily in favor of Planetkey Dynamics and the fact they were so dicey, I think that even takes away even more credibility away from a comeback effort when they're struggling to close out, I guess you would call it, easy rounds. Like, you feel like we have to see them win a couple of gun rounds convincingly to really give them any type of real chance. And they do have an opening pick this round. Might find a second one here. They spot Madsy, but no, Madsy grabs the kill and backs off. So an equal exchange so far at mid.
Smoking kills right there, man. That was very awkward engagement there over towards mid. But even since that kill from Mad C, Planetkey Dynamics were able to bring down Bully and He-Man.
Right. I think that was a really good choice by us there to go with He-Man.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
He's the real MVP.
We could be right. It could actually be pronounced that way. Mad C, behind the car. He's going to be able to drop the bomb as he peeks out. He's still just going to hold this angle and finds another, so... You know, gets off the op. Madsy back onto the M4, finds a triple kill. Petite School set up very, very nicely. Tixo, it looked like he had his knife out there. I mean, time is not getting that low. I feel like at least have a pistol. I mean, either way, it's back to it would have been difficult as Robson
I think this might
eating that grenade. And yeah, this might be it, as you say. Unless they line up here, they peek out.
Aww.
I believe.
Not quite.
I was kind of believing there for a couple seconds.
Oh, yeah.
About to spray him down.
When we saw that cool X-ray thing, we get to see that he can't, and the way they were kind of moving. Yeah, he thought maybe the lineup was a thing and it would happen, but LDLC Blue just too strong there. I mean, their T side was well organized, some really nice heavy side executes that I feel Planetkey Dynamics just really struggled to contest properly. And then when we got over to the second half, I mean, Planetkey Dynamics was putting up a little bit of a comeback effort, but they were struggling to close out like rounds where LDLC Blue was saving. So you kind of always felt once guns got back in the hands of LDLC Blue, they'd eventually find a way to close it out. And in fact, they did. So that's pretty much it. I mean, just a really one-sided victory there for the most part out of LDLC Blue.
Yeah, a little more one-sided. I mean, to be honest, I didn't have much data in my brain to make a realistic prediction, but a little more one-sided than I would have thought, or at least wanted. I mean, you got, I'm always rooting for those 1.6 players that are coming back into the fold, like Tixo. Those all German lineups, I guess, against all French. So the full nationality lineups are always fun to cheer for as well, but they really just weren't able to mount much there on Inferno. Maybe it's not their map, but, well... If it is your map, you could be excited because we're going to see another one here. A CEVO-M best of one. It's going to be between Asuba Intel versus ROG School coming up here in just a little bit. What time is it now? So it should be about 5 minutes. It's 4 p.m. Eastern. I think that's going to be 2200 Central European Standard Time. So guys, stick around here on the stream, mlg.tv/playcevo, and we'll have that action come out for you in just a little bit.